Is anybody out there?
And now, live from Manchester, 1FM, Mark Riley.
Yes, Mark Riley here, ready to whisk you through 2 hours of absolute wonderment.
I was doing the show.
What? Shut it, Lamarr. No, it's me. I'm sorry. I had a word with you before, you know the plot. Shut it. Keep up. See you again.
Mark Riley. He'd be dead good at this job all the time.
Evening all, Mark Boy-Lard Riley here, sitting in for a holiday in Mark Radcliffe. Yeah, but hang on for this now.
Mark Radcliffe. He's crap. He's on his holidays. I can say anything I want.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't think you should be doing that. I don't think you should be having a go at Mark when he's not here.
Shut it, will you? We're on air. Be professional, will you? Watch me.
I am professional. I'm supposed to be hosting this show.
Anyway, it's Mark Lardy Boy here, and I'm disc jockeying all week. And hang
You're
on,
not.
what do we do here?
Mark Radcliffe. He's rubbish.
Anyway, what do I do now?
Announce the records you just played.
Oh,
I should be doing this.
No, Well, that was Tokyo Skunks there, and where are they from then?
Tokyo.
From Tokyo, and that was Pistols of Colour from 1991. And before that, the Sex Pistols with Anarchy in the UK. Where are they from?
The UK.
Anyway, great. So it's great to be on the show. I'm standing in for Mark Radcliffe. He's on holiday. And it's going to be really great. So, and it's going to be the usual thing, really. Loads of sort of intelligent speech and no rambling. Loads of great records and all that. And lots of fabulous banter. And the phone. Who has the phone? Where do they keep the phone? Oh. Hello?
Lard?
Hiya, Mark!
What do you think you're doing? I've never heard anything like it. I've spent months building up a professional show business DJ show. What do you think you're playing at?
Hiya, Mark! How you doing? You all right? You having a good time, Markid?
What are those jingles you got? It's just pathetic, those jingles. You've got those Jerry's jingles off the market, haven't you? You just like, them Spanish bullfighting posters, you get them and put any name in them. That is just a sad trick, that.
Well, what do you expect? When I got out of bed this morning, you said to me, don't let Mark Lamarr anywhere near the show, didn't you?
You know I never talk to you unless I get paid and it's show business. And anyway, what I said to you was, what are you doing with that torch in the bed, Lard? I never said anything about you doing the show.
That wasn't a torch. Anyway, what are you talking about? Mark Lamarr's here. He can stick around. Say hiya to Mark.
Hiya, Mark. I'm doing the show, aren't I?
No.
Flipping it, Lard. Get out of my chair. Don't even look at my
What?
chair. You're trying to listen to the sustain on my chair. Get out of my chair. I wouldn't trust the show to you. I wouldn't trust you to sit the right way around on a lavatory. Now, get off. I've given Mark Lamarr 15 quid. I've lent him my Steen and Norton LP, my Stereo Lab and my Brian Eno box set. That should cover enough shows for a fortnight. Now, get your arse out of my chair and let Lamarr in.
See you again.
Lard, do it now.
See you again, Mark.
I'm going to come
Lamarr,
in.
come on, Lamarr. Get on with it.
All right.
Come on. Pick her up. Go on, get on with it.
All right, well, you hang around. You can hang around. You can be
What?
my sidekick for the week.
Can I?
Yeah.
What,
So every
you
time
serious?
every time Mark gets into a bit of a difficulty and you do your arse or something like that, I go, something like that.
Ho-ho!
Yeah, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You do that every time I get into a bit of difficulty.
Let me practice. Ho-ho!
That's
Right,
it,
okay,
yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Great. Nice one.
This is 1FM and this is Mark Lamarr sitting in for Mark Radcliffe this week. Elvis Costello, that's the man, not Elvis Costello.
Ho-ho!
Elvis Costello, well done. You should have picked it up earlier than that, shouldn't you? As soon
Well,
as
I'm
I
just
said
sort of
Elvis.
getting tuned into you. I mean, I'm used to working with Radcliffe, you know. I mean, I've got to sort of ease myself in.
Elvis Costello there with 13 steps lead down, and there's going to be a couple of Elvis-related tracks throughout the show. I know Mark likes to link them all at one point, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, you know, he's awkward. I mean, I can slag him off because he's not here. Okay? He's awkward, that fella. I tell
No,
you.
you
I mean,
can't.
Oh, I've got some
No,
stories.
because he's a friend of mine. What are the stories, though?
Ho-ho!
Right, there's no stories, are there, lad?
No, not that I can say on air anyway.
You value your job, don't you?
Well, the RSPCA would be onto him like a shot.
A couple of Frank Black tracks there. First of all, Headache from his new EP single type Gubbins. We say on the show, don't we? Gubbins?
Gubbins, that'll do.
Gubbins,
yeah.
And following that was Hang On To Your Ego from the disappointing, I thought, first album. Were you disappointed in that first album we did?
Yeah, I only got £3 for it. I was a bit hacked off myself.
Yeah, I didn't mean that. But anyway, he's coming on the show, isn't he? 16th of May.
16th of May, full-blown acoustic job, Frank Black. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Coming up in the next hour and a half, we've got CP Lee talking about the Bonzo Dog Doodah Band, the Head Coach live in session, another action-packed serial. What is it this week?
Hey?
18, isn't it?
That's a bunny. That's
the
a
one.
bunny.
And Nick Cave reading from his own work, and the Arse Saw the Angel.
Well, I think it's the ass, actually. I think it's a bit like a donkey, you know. Is that right? I think so.
Yeah.
Oh!
Well, down south we say arse.
Oh, dear.
You say arse all the time.
But when you see a donkey in a field, you say, oh, look at that arse.
Sometimes.
Oh, fair enough.
Who's in session tomorrow?
Dunno, our kid. Haven't a clue.
You're supposed to be a researcher on the show.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not, am I? I just come on and lard about. This is Lard, sitting in for Lard, while Mark Radcliffe's on holiday. 1FM.
This is Mark Lamarr sitting in for Mark Radcliffe. 1FM. Lard.
Hiya, Mark.
Time for the exciting serial this week, isn't it?
Well, as you know, I'm usually across the sort of adventure serials that we put into this show, and I am very, very proud of this offering.
You're a bit of an expert on this particular one, aren't you?
Well, I am. I mean, I followed it, you know. I mean, I'm a rock and roll animal usually, but I've got a soft spot for the A-Team. I have to admit it, you know.
So can you tell us a bit about the A-Team?
Well, I mean, this particular episode is called The Maltese Cow, and I mean, it'll all unravel in front of you like an
So
epic.
like a pun on the Maltese Falcon.
What? Anyway, yeah, and it's the A-Team, and they get to graps with, you know, there's
Get
loads
to
of different... Yeah. Or is it, what was it? Oh, they get to grapple with, that's
Right.
it. Hang on, I can't read his writing here. They get to grapple with some bad lads, you know, and there's some great accents in this one. But, I mean, the A-Team, now, I've seen it, right? And I am a fan, but who's that big fella with the jewellery and all that? What's he called?
Mr. T.
Mr. T, that's the
Mr.
bunny.
T, yeah.
He gets into a bit of lumber, thumps a few fellas, you know. And there's the other guy with a cigar, and
George Peppard.
George Peppard, that's a bunny. And then there's the other one as well who's really good. He's actually my favourite. He's a little guy with the hair tucked behind his ears. What's he called?
Norman Tebbit?
Norman Tebbit, that's the one. And together, they sort out a load of shenanigans with a load of Chinese people in a Chinese community with the Maltese cow.
The A-Team and the Maltese Cow, and you're going to be here all week and giving us updates on what's been happening so far.
Yeah, I must admit, I was a little bit confused. You know when they said that 4 guys burst in black? I thought it was the Stranglers. I thought the Stranglers went in and started causing all the bother, but apparently it wasn't. It was some gangsters. But I will be here every night, and I'm going to be telling everybody what's happening. I mean, not that anybody cares, but there you go. That's my job. Ho-ho! That's my job as well. Fancy a brew? I'm good at it, though, you know. I mean, not many people could do it.
Lard.
What?
Lard, I was just thinking, I'm not that comfortable on the show. It's my second night, and I haven't been made very comfortable. To be
You're
honest.
doing all right, our kid. Not bad.
Well, it's not the actual show. It's just that, you know, you're called Lardy Boy, aren't you? You've got like a nickname.
Yeah.
And Radcliffe, you're not really. You're Mark Riley, aren't you? And
Well, yeah, that's what my mum calls me, Mark Riley, but I am Lardy Boy, yeah.
Radcliffe is Radcliffe, isn't he? But
Yeah.
you call him Scrawny Boy.
Yeah? What's your problem?
I haven't got a nickname.
You haven't got a nickname?
No. It'd ease me into the show, wouldn't it, if I had a nickname and people could call me something?
Probably would help a bit. Well, I mean, the thing is that for a nickname, you have to play on somebody's like disability. I mean, I'm a big fella, Lardy Boy. I mean, he's tiny, isn't he? He's like a sparrow, scrawny boy, you know. I mean, I thought a sparrowy boy. He wasn't very good.
No.
Scrawny boy. And, well, I mean, you know, there's no, you're not a pound, really, are you? There's nothing to talk about with you, really. Okay. I mean, medium buildy boy. That doesn't do it, does it?
It's not very good, no.
Not very good, no. I mean, I'll put my mind to it if you want.
Go on then. That's going to take quite a while, I
Go on,
imagine.
No, there's nothing there, no. I mean, you get on with the show. I'll start jotting a few ideas down. I'll get
Okay.
there. Yeah, no problem. Carry on. Got it.
What?
Now, particularly unusual about his appearance, boy.
Blooming heck.
No, I tell you what. Go a tash.
Never. Accidentally Kelly Street, which is a big hit on this show, which means basically never played anywhere else, by Frente, a Melbourne band who, the big claim to fame there is that they're always on Home and Away, not them, but their music in the cafe. Whenever people go in, you always hear them on the jukebox. And it's always a thrill, isn't it, when you're watching the show? I remember watching Coronation Street and hearing Elvis Costello on the jukebox in the Rovers Return. And you, Lard, you were saying earlier on that you couldn't remember what it was. There was you heard a tune that you liked on some show the other day.
It was a brilliant killer tune the other night at the beginning of a show, and I mean, I was thrilled. I know what you mean. I was just sat there and imagine the shock, right? I was having my tea, I nearly dropped it everywhere. The dog nearly got it. Hey, neighbours, everybody needs good neighbours. And, you know, I can't for the life of me remember what programme it was on.
Lard.
What?
Get out.
What?
Just get out.
All right, okay. All right, see you again. Hey,
Yeah.
I've got another name for you, John Lennon Glassesy Boy. That's not bad. It's a bit long, but it's...
Get out.
All right, see you again.
And that when Hegley's coming back, or when the other poets are coming back, he might know. Chances are he
Hey,
won't.
Mark.
Hi, Lard.
What?
Do you know when any other poets are coming on apart from Simon Armitage this week?
No. See you again.
Remember we went to see him last week and we missed him. They were playing with Henry Rollins.
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
That was a night, wasn't it? You made a bit of a fool of yourself that night, didn't you, Lard?
I did.
Remember? We were up at the bar.
At the bar.
Remember, there's that bloke kept going up to you, the little bloke. I hardly see him.
Yeah.
He kept going, Lard, remember that? Lard, remember that? And you pushed him, didn't you? He went flying, didn't
I
he?
did. I pushed him.
He's laying on the ground, remember
Yeah.
that? And the bouncers came, didn't they? Oh, it was embarrassing.
The
It was
bouncers came
embarrassing.
up.
They came, they threw you out, didn't they? Threw you out. You were just laying there, and you scrape your arse and everything like that. Your trousers were ripped and everything. Made a right fool of yourself.
Hang on, that was you. That wasn't me. All that happened to you. I was in the bar when all that happened.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but on this show, me and Mark, we're Showbiz, aren't we?
Radcliffe, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
and you're the one that always looks like an idiot.
Right, I see.
So I was just saying,
you just swapping it round. Oh,
yeah.
fair enough. Fancy a brew? Ha-ho! Right, yeah, nice.
Yeah, very
one.
good, Lard, very good. We've got the A-Team
See you
coming
again.
up. Yeah, very good, very good. The A-Team, what happened last night? It's one of your jobs. In fact, your only job tonight. You've done nothing else.
True.
Is to tell us what happened in the A-Team last night.
Right, well, last night, what it was, there was a restaurant, right, you see, a Chinese restaurant, and what happened, loads of people were having some coffee there, and some noodles and stuff, I think, and some shrimps as well, if I remember rightly. Anyway, I don't want to sort of go around a long-addled way again, because I've got to make it, like, concise little package just to keep everybody interested. But what happened was there was a restaurant there. I'm not sure if it was on the corner of a street, it was in the middle of a block, but it was a nice gaff, you know, and there was people in there having noodles and stuff. Did I say that?
Was it one of those where you have to bring your own alcohol?
I don't know. I can find out. Do you want me to find out now? No, it doesn't matter.
Carry on now.
And what happened was some guys came in, 4 big guys in black. Do you remember? I joked and said I thought it might have been the Stranglers.
Yeah,
well, it wasn't.
that was funny.
It was
yeah.
Johnny Cash and some of his mates. That's another joke.
Yeah,
anyway, so
funny.
they came in, and the short and long of it was that they were blackmailing this Chinese fella.
Was that why they were dressed in black?
Blackmailing. Good one. Yeah, nice one. And anyway, let me get on with it because I've got to keep it tight and concise just to keep everybody interested.
Yeah, because people would be getting bored otherwise, wouldn't
absolutely,
they? If we just went on and on about it.
That's right.
They're probably dying to hear what happened.
Oh, absolutely. So what happened then was this guy said to him, if you don't sort of cough up, then you're going to be in big style lumber, and that's where we pick up tonight.
More A-Team throughout the week. Can't wait. Can't wait for that. Coming up now, we've got 4 records with Bo Diddley as a link.
Oh, Bo Diddley.
Yeah.
She is gorgeous, I tell you. I've got a photograph of her. Absolutely stunning. What's that film she was in? 9.
10. You mean 10?
That's a bunny. And what was the other one? Bulimia, was it?
Do you mean Bolero?
That's a bunny.
You're thinking of Bo Derek, aren't you?
Fancy a brew?
Get out!
Do you fancy a brew?
It's the second time tonight.
Oh, see you again.
Get out. Here we are.
Again.
Bo Diddley with Roadrunner.
What a nickname?
The one you called me earlier on.
Monkey Boy. You don't like even saying it, do you? That's the one. Well, why not Monkey Boy? I mean, it's stuck now. I mean, the nation's all sat at home saying the Monkey Boy Show with Lardy Boy. That's what they're all saying. It's stuck now.
It's not very nice, is it? That's all.
Well, it's a little ears. I mean, I suppose they can't see at home, can they? I suppose it don't make any sense to them.
No.
No. Well, I mean, it's there. It's hard. Look, you know, I'm not getting rid of it now.
Why?
Because I don't
What difference does it make to you?
Because you don't like that name. I don't like the name Lardy Boy, really. I mean, you know, I wasn't born with our kid, you know. So, I mean, I've got to live with
You were
this one.
christened it.
Well, yes.
You weren't
that's
born
true.
with it.
That's very true, but don't get picky.
All right,
And,
we'll change your name or we'll change my name.
well, you want to do a deal?
Yeah.
Well, all right, then. I'm not averse to that.
So what do you want to be called?
Well, something a bit more dignified. You know what I mean? Lardy Boy isn't dignified, is it? If you give me something a bit dignified, then I'll call you Mark. I don't mind.
Okay, how about Portly Boy?
Portly
That's
Boy.
nice.
That's dignified. I'll have that. I'll go for that. Yeah, all right. We'll call Portly Boy from now on.
I can't help feeling a bit left out here because I haven't got a nickname at all. I haven't.
What?
You haven't got a nickname. You never gave me a nickname.
Oh, God, have you started?
Commodity Boy?
No, you can't have Commodity Boy.
Boy. Hang on, let me have a look at the list. I've been writing Quiffy Boy. Quiffy Boy. He didn't want Quiffy Boy. You've both got Quiffs. That'll do for you, won't it?
Yeah, that's all right. It's better than Lardy Boy.
Well, Monkey Boy's still hanging about, if you want that.
No. The Monkey Boy's used. It's one previous careful. I don't think so.
You can have Lardy Boy if you like.
No, because that's, you know, again, people know, you know, I know I'm thin.
Well, I'm Portly Boy from now on.
Yeah.
Portly Boy! Lard!
What? Oh, bloody neck.
Lard, it's 18 time.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
You've got to recap on what's been going on during the week.
Oh, right, yeah, okay, right. There's this Chinese fella called Sam, and he owns this Japanese restaurant, and he's getting a bit of grief off Pete Tong, right? And
You mean the Chinese tongues?
That's the bunny, a bit like the Chinese tripods, aren't they? Anyway,
The triads, you mean?
that's the bunny. And what it is, they all burst in. I cracked a joke, do you remember? These guys in black. I said it was the Stranglers.
You cracked that Monday and Tuesday.
Yeah, and I said it was Johnny Cash.
Yeah.
Anyway, the blackmailing Sam, you know, over some hackers and stuff, and he's crapping himself. And so he's calling in the A-Team because they owe him a favour from the old days in Singapore, do you know what I mean? So he calls out the guys from the A-Team, Hannibal the Cannibal, Mr. E and Norman Tebbit it was, wasn't it? And so tonight they're all going to go looking for the curling tongs.
Blur with Clover Over Dover from their new album Part Life. And normally on this show, I'm the Showbiz correspondent, but as I'm hosting the show this week, it's down to Lard, so let's see what happens. Have you got any stories about Blur, Lard?
No, none. Oh, actually, yeah, only joking. That was good. Wasn't it? Yeah. No, ha-ho! You can't even do that, can you? It's not as easy as it looks, this job.
It's not.
Try again.
Oh!
Not bad. Yeah, last week, Blur had an LP launch for Park Life. Very successful album, as we all know. But they went to the dogs, though, you see, and there was a lot of dog racing, and all these multimedia moguls were there. I mean, I would have gone, but I was working, you know. I mean, I was invited, of course, you know, me and Damien like that. And anyway...
You and Damien are like that.
Me and Damien, the Omen. Very good. Not bad.
1FM.
And anyway, so someone just sat there scratching, you know. A couple of them had a plate of chappy, and some of them were legging it after a rabbit. So all these multimedia moguls sit with a cigar and that look like a right bunch of wallies, you know.
Isn't that typical of a record company? Because if you ask them to find a jacuzzi and 400 weight of cocaine, they'll be there. But if you ask them to make some dogs run after a mechanical rabbit, it all falls apart.
Allegedly.
There's something that's kind of unattributed by Anthony Murphy. It says just this little pamphlet. It says at the back, due to the author being a Scorpio, he is very secretive, and therefore the following is all he wants you to know about himself. : he lives in Rochdale.
Well, that's not a good start, though, is it?
And here's one of his poems. I presume it's a man. It's called Lovely Structure. There's parts of the face that fall into place when a grin creases and increases, a warmth in the eyes when that smile multiplies to the ears. Then there are dreams for me until the next part I see. Those legs have been forth over backs and called chunky, but I think perpendicular and fit to finish in and fill your footwear.
1FM.
You know, I have
I
a look through this stuff and I think,
Have you picked out the best stuff here?
And then I get halfway through it and, well, I mean...
What are the ones like you reject?
That's the good stuff.
I think I've picked the wrong pile.
You picked the wrong show. 1FM.
I think I've finished.
Well, we've got, they were two great poems, but we've got an extra delight on the show tonight because our very own Lard, in honour of National Poetry Week, has written a poem for us.
Well, I have. I mean, I am quite cynical and jaded now. I mean, when I came on the show, first of all, I was sort of happy-go-lucky fella, you know, bumbling about. But now I'm a bit sort of cynical towards it all. And I thought I would best be...
Why? What's caused that?
I don't know. I was working with Radcliffe and you know. I mean, it's just sort of brought out the worst in me, I think. You don't mind me saying that, do you?
Well, we've certainly seen it bringing out the worst in you.
Well, absolutely.
It's the best in you we wanted, but we haven't seen that.
Well, I think you're going to get that now, actually.
I'm looking forward to it.
This is called Lard's poem. Oh, my on-air career, where will it go? Fancy a brew? Ho-ho! Ho-ho! I dreamt of wild women, game for a lark. All I would have to do was say, "Hiya, Mark!" But there are no girlfriends, nor man friends, in truth. Showbiz is crappy. Ask Dr. Ruth. I'd best be off now. I can't find me pen. What do I say now? Oh, yeah. See you again! What do you think?
It's not so much a poem as a moment in literary history, don't you think?
Is that the best? You're whinging that we brought out the worst in you. Is that the best in you?
I knocked it together for the show. You're paying for coming on. You're paying for doing stuff. You're paying for reading other people's stuff. It took me minutes to do that.
If
not even joined up writing.
If that's the best you can do, don't bother coming back.
But it doesn't matter that it's not joined up writing because it's radio.
It did rhyme, to be fair.
To be fair.
What does Mark Radcliffe say now?
Blooming heck, Lard. Hiya, Mark.
Hiya, Mark.
All right, talking.
We've got the A-team coming up now, and you've got to do your recap. You can do your joke about the four blokes dressed in black again if you want.
I've done it twice already. Yeah, okay.
You've done it 3 times.
Have I? Oh, blimey, Charlie. Well, basically, I mean, this guy runs, a Chinese guy runs a Japanese restaurant called Sam, I think his name was. And what it was, there was some big blokes came in one night dressed in black, and we thought it was the Stranglers, didn't we? And I cracked a joke.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But he said he wasn't the Stranglers, he said it was Johnny Cash or something there. Anyway, we don't want to crack that joke again.
No.
Anyway, they were blackmailing him for some money, you see, that's what it was. And it turns out that the Chinese curling tongs were after money from him, you see. Now, what it was, Sam was in Singapore with the A-team with Hannibal the Cannibal, wasn't it? Mr. E and Norman Tebbit. And they owed him a favour, so he was getting blackmailed by the curling tongs. So he's calling him in to sort them out. And, well, what we've heard so far is the A-team went off to, I mean, it's not too long an adult, this.
No, not at all, no.
And then the A-team...
near me, there's like a restaurant called Singapore Sam's, and I wonder if it's taken from this episode.
Well, it could be, but...
We'll never know.
Could be. Anyway, and then what happened was they called the A-team in, and then they went off to Chinatown to have a ruck with these fellas, you see. And, well, the big blokes, big burly blokes, all dressed in black. And, well, I think that's where we're up to so far.
Monday's obviously the day when us Showbiz types tell you what exciting Showbiz adventures we've been up to over the Showbiz weekend. So in true Radio Times fashion, I've written out Mark Lamarr's weekend in the life of. Here we go. 1 o'clock, woke up, played some records, watched some telly, went to bed. That was Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And while I hate to name drop, Michael Jackson.
Competition time! Hey, that one bad, that. I think we got a good thing going here. Hey, do I get paid extra for doing that?
We don't get paid at all, do you?
No, but what it is on my contract, I mean, fancy a brew? Hello! I mean, all that's, like, free. That's good for my career, isn't it? But it doesn't say anything on my contract about doing jingles and stuff. And, you know, I mean, it's a bit iffy if you don't want to pay me.
Well, I'd have a word with your agent.
All right, I'll have to make a note of that. Have a word with your agent. Right, I've got it. Mind, I've not got an agent. I best make a note of that as well, Anna.
Anyway, Lard, competition time, and the competition is to win 5 pairs of tickets to see Benjamin Zephaniah playing this Friday at the Midland Arts Centre in Birmingham. So don't ring up if you don't want to go, because often people ring up in competitions just, that'll be a handy thing to get. But if you're not going to be in Birmingham, you don't like Benjamin Zephaniah, no point at all, is there? Anyway, I'll give out the number now, so get ready. And the question is Frank Black related. Frank Black, who we just played with Headache. The number is, I'm getting all the information tangled now, aren't I? People are going to be ringing up Frank Black and not this number. The number is 071 636 0001. Can you stop grunting there, lad?
Best get an agent.
071 636 0001. And the question is, which band was Frank Black in of the A-Team adventure, aren't I? Well, you do fry burritos, don't you? That's probably why I'm getting it wrong.
1FM.
The Flying Burrito Brothers, The Gilded Palace of Sin, which is on Edsel Records, whatever the issue is. And that was covered by Elvis Costello in 78 and Belly last year. And before that, you heard Look at All the Things by Crazy Horse. And that's from the same album that had that track, I Don't Want to Talk About It, which Rod Stewart covered. And I think he's been very unlucky, hasn't he, Rod Stewart, in the cover versions he's done. He did that. He did the Tom Waits song, Downtown Train. He did the Van Morrison song, Have I Told You Lately That I Love You. And they've all been completely awful. He's almost like an English version of Michael Bolton, isn't he?
Oh, dear. Well, I mean, you know, credibility. I mean, he's got no credibility. He's done all them cred tunes. He's still got no cred in that spiky blonde doofer.
Always been known as the sailing man, wasn't he? And Michael Bolton, actually, it's a shame that Radcliffe's not here because he's got a real bee in his bonnet about Michael Bolton, and it's great that he's just been found guilty of stealing that Isley Brothers tune, isn't it?
What's that? That Love is a Wonderful Doofer? That's
the
one,
Love is a Wonderful Thing. He's stolen that and he's been sued. And I think he should be sued anyway, weekly. I think people should sue Michael Bolton for no reason whatsoever because he's sold 4 million records, but I don't know anyone that likes him.
I do.
Yeah, but you haven't bought 4 million copies, have you?
Cracking on for.
With the shutters closed, a band I know nothing at all about. I think they're from Iowa, but I don't even know that. I know Radcliffe would research this intensely and he'd know everything about them, but I think they're from Iowa is as far as I'm going. Time for the A-Team again, exciting part of the show, and Lard, you're going to fill us in.
I'll do that later, but for now I'll just give an update. That was good.
Now, don't be too long, because last week, by the time, on Thursday, you just went on for hours and hours and hours with the update.
I know, but if you know, I mean, God knows what it's going to be like by this Thursday, because every night there's more to go at, isn't there? I mean, it's not my fault. Anyway.
Just the facts.
Right, okay. Well, there's this fella, right? I think, what's he called? Bill. Is it Bill? The Chinese guy runs a Japanese restaurant.
Up to you tonight.
Right, anyway, there's this guy called Bill, and he's Chinese, and he runs I think it's a Japanese restaurant. I'm not sure if he's in the middle of a block or on the end. Anyway, well, he's having a bit of lumber with these big four guys. And if you remember rightly, I read a great joke because they all burst in, they're all dressed in black in their balaclavas. And I said that it was the Stranglers.
Yeah, and then I said that. This is the fifth
and then
time.
I said it wasn't. If you remember, I said it wasn't the Stranglers. I said it was Johnny Cash.
Fifth time. That's the fourth time for that one.
Yeah. Anyway, then they started to sort of blackmail him, which had nothing to do with the costume. It was just sort of a coincidence. I think that was one of your jokes.
You've done that one 3 times.
Right. And then what it was, this Bill guy, no, Fred it was, wasn't it? This Chinese guy runs a Japanese restaurant. Anyway, he's been blackmailed by these guys who were in a Chinese tripod. And what happened then was they were blackmailing him. He didn't want to give him any money. So he got the A-Team in, who were his mates, and the A-Team came round and said, right, we're going to batter them all. So where we're up to tonight...
you did a little joke as well, didn't you? Batter the Chinese restaurant. You did that last time.
Well, I don't like to push them all home to, make them all dead obvious. Anyway...
So you've done a joke done 5, 4, 3 and 2 times, but you haven't done a new one for tonight, have you? You haven't done a new joke.
There you go, you see? No job too small. Anyway, the A-Team are all well angry on behalf of Bill. So they're off to find these Chinese tripods, and they're going to batter them, and they've actually got to the place where the Chinese tripods are, and tonight it's near the Japanese restaurant, but not that near. But you can get the bus to it, apparently. Anyway, 1FM. And this is where we pick up tonight, basically.
Show tonight. I've done another one of those day in the life of Mark Lamarr things because since I've been up here, I've been staying in a hotel, and last night I was lucky enough to stay in one of those rooms with no windows at all, which is an incredibly strange experience because you wake up every 5 minutes in a real panic, not knowing whether you've just nodded off or overslept or whatever. That is until about 8 o'clock in the morning when the businessmen in the rooms either side wake up and you can hear them putting on the telly and opening their pre-breakfast cans of bitter, and it's really frustrating because they just make just enough noise to keep you awake, but not enough to keep you interested. And the only similar experience I can think of is listening to a whole Pearl Jam album. In the show tonight, we've got Jules reading from H.P. Lovecraft, an exciting A-Team adventure, 3 tickets for the Northern Music Show and the Blessed Eiffel Tour, and tonight's guest, self-styled youth spokesman Alan Parker, Urban Warrior.
Oi there, monkey boy. Monkey boy, hang on.
Less of the monkey boy.
Listen here, monkey boy. I've had a look at your script earlier on. I don't want to blow it. People think you do it all the top of your head. You've got it all written down. My name isn't on this menu for tonight, is it?
No, monkey boy. There's no monkey boy.
Well, I mean, you know, hang on.
No need to shout.
Let me have me say. Right now, I want you to say my name on here, right? You go through all the other rubbish that's on the show, all the A-Team, all the crap, and you always leave me off.
Well, you do most of the A-Team.
True, but you're as bad as Radcliffe. You've only been in 5 minutes.
Well, Mark said, don't mention Lard on the show.
Yeah.
He wants to keep the listeners.
Great, but I mean, it's at the start of the show last week. It was like, oh, Lard, would you mind coming in? Oh, if I haven't got anything to say, will you help me out?
No,
Look,
last week,
yeah.
this is my show and you tried to take it over. You tried to hijack it. You stitched me up, didn't you?
Well, there is that. But anyway, I want to be mentioned. That's the bottom line, our kid. And, you know, if you want to leave here alive, just stick me name in. That's all you got to do.
I'm not doing it because of threats.
Once.
I'm in a nice mood today, okay? Once. And that's it. And I want no more asking the rest of the year. I'm going to make a pact with Radcliffe. He owes me another tenner. I want none of this nonsense, okay?
Please.
I'll mention you once, and that's it.
Thanks.
Okay, in the show tonight, we've got Jules reading from H.P. Lovecraft, an exciting A-Team adventure, 3 tickets for the Northern Music Show and the Blessed Eiffel Tour, and tonight's guest, self-styled youth spokesman Alan Parker, Urban Warrior, and Lard.
What?
We've got the most exciting part of the show now.
Have we?
You can have some involvement in this if you want, because we've got one of those ticket giveaway.
Oh, what do you mean the Radio One's an absolutely amazing 10,000 ticket giveaway type doobly thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, and you know what we need?
Well, actually, I mean, it is good. We've got to milk this, haven't we?
Yeah, of course. We're giving away tickets, so a jingle, I think.
Jingle.
Yeah.
Radio One's absolutely amazing 10,000 ticket giveaway type doobly thing. Yeah, that was good.
That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like that. We'll work on that and we'll get one up for the rest of the show. And the tickets we got tonight, we've got tickets for the Blessed Eiffel Tour coming up later on. But now we're doing a competition for one of the North of England's most popular music events. I'm not from the North of England, so I don't know.
Well, it is. Take it from me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'd go.
The Northern Music Show, and there are over 60 stands from all the top distributors of I don't know, guitars, I suppose, Marshall, Yamaha, Washburn, loads of that. And it says something else about it. One of the North of England's, I've done that bit. It features the top range of musical instruments, including recording material and a live demonstration hall where some of the UK's top musicians will give performances and product demonstrations. 5 pairs of tickets to give away for that. That's in Manchester at UMist on the 21st and the 22nd of May. So if you want to enter that, the question is, who invented the electric guitar?
Who invented the electric guitar?
And I'll give you a little bit of a clue.
Go on then.
Not that, I want you to enter anything, but his first name's Leo.
Leo the Lion.
I can't tell you.
It's Leo the Lion, isn't it?
I can't tell you.
No?
The phone number, if you want to enter this competition to win 5 pairs of tickets or 1 pair of tickets, but 5 people can win for the Northern Music Show 94.
Leo McKern, Rumpole the Bailey,
I can't give any
more. It
more.
isn't it? I can tell by looking at your face, isn't it?
I can't say anything. So it's 071 636 0001 for the competition to win tickets to one of the North of England's most popular music events.
Leo Sayer, innit? It's Leo Sayer, I can tell.
Can't say.
What's the number?
071 636 0001. The question is, who invented the electric guitar to win tickets to the Northern Music Show 94? Lardy boy.
Hiya.
I've been thinking.
Well, have you thought I smelt some burning? That's good, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good one. Little joke there.
Yeah, not bad.
I've been thinking, because I'm quite comfy on the show now, and I think I know how to do it and everything. And one thing I haven't got is a catchphrase. Like Radcliffe, he's got like, oh, Bloomin' and what a fascinating man I am, and Hysteria Lab.
He's got loads of them,
He's got those. Yeah. He's got 3. And you've got those crackers, haven't you? You've got, and
well, they're not catchphrases, though, are they? No, but they're not catchphrases if you think about it. I mean, they're more sort of, well, I mean, they're pretty much sort of just like my job, aren't they? I mean, it's my gig. It's my act, isn't it?
I suppose so. It's your turn, isn't it?
I mean, that's what I do. I mean, if you were to just say that was a catchphrase, then, I mean, that'd just be a catchphrase, but I make a living out of it.
Well, look, you thought up those for yourself.
I
Try
did.
and think up one. I want something like Craig Charles has got one where he says, "Awooga wooga is Craig Charles."
That's a good one.
Something like that. I want something like "Awooga wooga is Mark Lamarr." Something like that.
Hang on, just give me a second. Oh, bugger me. That's a good one. I used to use that one when I was at school. I've not done it for a while now. One's absolutely amazing.
Not now.
10,000.
Not now.
What?
Not now.
What?
We'll do that in a minute.
I thought you said we were going to do it.
Yeah, we're going to do it. I've got to do all that. That was fuzzy and all that business. And
Oh,
then do the winners from the last competition. I have got my act together. It's you butting in where you're not wanted as usual. If you want to do the jingles,
Radcliffe would have this all sorted before
I've
we
got it
come
all
on
sorted.
air.
I've got it all sorted.
Well, get on with
then
it.
You
then.
come running in with your Radio 1's absolutely amazing. It's not even that good. It's not even that good. That was Fuzzy with, I don't know what that song's called. It's an untitled white label. And I've got loads of information here about the band, but don't know what the name of that song is. They're 4 Bostonians, blah, 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 blah. Fuzzy, we'll try and find out at some point. So the winners of the competition earlier to see the Great Northern Music Show were Darren Els from Aberdeen, who won last night for the Benjamin's F&I gig in Birmingham. And I really don't think he's going to go to all these gigs, is he? Chris Allman from Surbiton in Surrey. Again, this is an event that's in Manchester, so I doubt he's going to go. Jonathan Blackstaff from Finchley. Leslie Bowden from Macclesfield. Dave James from West Glamorgan. Adam Nix from County Durham. Taz Stevenson from Norwich. Richard Hall from Liverpool. Chris Miles from Wally Range in Manchester. Stuart Collier from Wigan. And David Burks from North Wales. Well done, everyone who won tickets for the Great Northern Music Show. And I doubt if many of you are going to go to that because a lot of you don't live near there. But we've got a competition coming up now. Bless it.
Radio 1's absolutely, mate. Not yet.
Not yet, no.
You give me a wink then, didn't you? You got something in your eye?
No, I didn't give you. I just blink. That's what people do every now and again. You know, every sort of 10, 15 seconds you blink, don't you?
Get on with it.
My head was turned, so you just saw one eye blink, but I did blink. Blessed Ethel are doing a massive tour, 30 dates. I'll just give out the names of the towns, and there's bound to be one near you. Not a town near you, but one where they're playing near you. Reading, London, Lampeter, Coventry, Derby, Scunthorpe, Blackburn, Lincoln, Nottingham, Portsmouth, Cambridge, Dundee, Edinburgh, Aberdeen, which is the important one because Darren Els is obviously going to win this competition. Norwich, Hull, Oxford, Sheffield, Glasgow, Manchester, Birmingham, Bath, London, Northampton, Exeter, Plymouth, Colchester and Birmingham. So if you live near one of those towns or in one of those towns, by all means enter this competition. If you don't, you enter anyway and not go or travel to the gigs. And the competition is... No, yeah, I couldn't have made it more obvious than that, could I?
What?
The competition is...
Is that where we do the jingle?
Yeah.
Right, okay. Go on. You're right.
The competition is...
Radio 1's absolutely amazing 10,000 ticket giveaway type doobry thing. Ah.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
And it's you now, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Radio 1's absolutely amazing 10,000 ticket giveaway.
No, it's 18.
Oh, what?
We've got to do recapping on what's happened so far over the last 5 nights. And I don't want your Johnny Cash joke. Right. And I especially do not want your Stranglers joke.
No, I thought
you know that bit, and the 4 blacks, and I thought it was straight, and I thought it was joke. Yeah, I don't want that.
No, I wasn't going to labour that anyway. I wasn't going to do it tonight.
No, not more than 5 times.
No.
That's too much, isn't it?
No, that's absolutely right. No, well, what it is, I mean, basically, there's this guy, right? He's Japanese and he runs a Chinese restaurant. Was he Chinese? He runs a Japanese restaurant.
I should have said I didn't really want that one.
Right, okay, it was a bit late now. Yeah. Anyway, he owns this Welsh restaurant.
But I like your Norman Tebbit one.
Yeah, but you can't labour it, can you? Anyway, he owns this Welsh restaurant in the middle of this island, something like that. Anyway, and then he's in Lumber, and he's in Lumber, right? And he's in this restaurant. There's these guys come in dressed in black. They've got nothing to do with the Stranglers or Johnny Cash, apparently. And what happened was that they all came in. They were blackmailing him, and he told them to get on the bikes. You know.
No, but I tell you what, I like the one where he said they were blackmailing him, but I don't think it's anything to do with the colour of their clothes. I like that one. That was a good one.
Should I go back and do that?
Rewind.
And they were going in there and they were blackmailing him, but it was nothing to do with the colour of the clothes.
See, I like that one. See?
Yeah, well, no problem.
Cheered you up, didn't it?
Yeah, it's good. It's all good stuff. Anyway, so they are blackmailing him, but it's got nothing to do with the colour of his clothes. Anyway, so they were getting a bit heavy with him, so he called in his mates who he met in Singapore. This guy's called Sam, or was it Bill? And it's the A-team, and they were mates of his, and Hannibal and all the guys, Mr. T and Norman Tebbit. So you put that especially for you. And they were going to go and sort him out. So they went off to Chinatown. Was it Japanese town? Welsh town, to look for him to sort out the lumber. Anyway, the guys last night were in this little place where all these baddies were hanging out, and they're all sat there sort of eating suki. And what happened? That's right. What are you laughing at? It's terrible. Anyway, they're all in there, and Hannibal the cannibal, and Norman Tebbit, as he said, you're putting me off now. And they're all in there, and he's listening to him, and basically what's happened is there's drugs involved. Well, I think we better pick it up there.
Competition.
What?
Jingle.
You want to do the jingle?
I'll do it on my own.
Yeah, what was that?
No, I don't know. But I'm ready to do. We just gloss over those things.
Right,
or we say 1FM. You did neither, did you?
All right.
You went, what was that? Drew attention to it.
Do it again. 1FM.
or gloss over it.
Well, should we do that then? Do it again. Right, so let's come.
So I'll do the jingle. Right. Radio 1's absolutely amazing 10,000 ticket giveaway type doobry thing. So you should have done that.
Well, I did the R bit at the end. I mean, you missed that off and it's just not the same.
You're right.
Dear, amateur.
So the winners for the Blessed Ethel tickets are Darren Ells from Aberdeen.
Darren Ells?
From Aberdeen.
Him again.
Wins everything.
He wins everything. You could use that as a catchphrase. You said that 3 times already.
The winners are Darren Ells from Aberdeen.
That's not a bad catchphrase, is it?
It's not a cracker, is it?
No.
Look at me.
That's better. Yeah, well, you like that one.
Better.
You like that
Well,
now?
I didn't like it, but it's grown on me.
Has it grown on you?
I tell you what, that Monkey Boy as well, I think I'd like to be called that now.
Monkey Boy?
Yeah, I like it.
What, that? No, I've gone off.
You know, when you used to say, you got little ears like Chimpanzee Boy.
You don't
I like
mind
that.
me saying that? Yeah, I've gone off.
I like it now.
I like no particular distinguishing marks, boy.
The winners are Darren Ells from Aberdeen, David Cording from Edgware, Ewan Palmer from St Albans, Simon Healy from Plymouth, and Stephen Corner from Havant in Hants. We should have Darren Ells on. You know, I used to be Showbiz correspondent about all the exciting things I've been up to.
Did you?
I was supposed to do. But Darren Ells, in fact, is going to have the busiest 3 bits of his life coming up quite soon, isn't he?
Oh, he's going to be going all over the gaff, isn't he? I bet he don't go to Aberdeen. He's an awkward fella. I can tell by the look of him.
This is Pulp. Babies by Pulp, best thing they've ever done as far as I'm concerned, and just been reissued on a new EP with 2 brand new tracks, so no rip-off involved at all there, especially if you're a Pulp fan, which I am. Coming up next, we got 4 tracks all about towns, and I didn't want to pick just like those sort of crappy songs like Chicago and New York, and in fact the best specific town song I've ever heard was when I was a kid, all the football fans, I've never been a football fan, but all the football fans in Swindon had like a song about Swindon, and it used to go, Swindon! Swindon! You know, and a lot of thought went into that, but never, in fact, commercially released. And all the tracks we've picked tonight were, in fact, hits. We've got 2 number 1s, 1 number 2, and big number 62 there, but we're starting off with Sparks. 29 Minutes of Truth is on tomorrow night on 1FM at 9 o'clock, and thanks a lot to Paul Smith on the knobs.
Oi!
What?
Oi, what about me?
We never thank you, Lard.
I know you never thank me, but let's start something new, eh? Let's have a bit of gratitude when it's due. Come on, Monkey Boy, get your act together.
Oh, if you're going to call me Monkey Boy, I will. Thanks, Lard.
Too late.
Coming up on the show tonight, one of my favourite bands, Linus, doing a full session. The ongoing excitement of the 18th... No, not yet, Lord. Not yet. You do that when I say the full story. Do it then. Excitement of the 18th. Jules reading from H.P. Lovecraft. Not when I say the full story, okay? You bang on the reverb. Makes it a bit more exciting. Another ticket giveaway. Tonight's tickets to see the Cocteau Twins. Plus an exclusive airing of the full story. According to Mark Riley. There you go. Lard, get your ass in here. You give him a simple job. It's like teaching a monkey to write, or whatever the phrase is about what you teach monkeys to do. Don't mark me. I give you a simple job. What? When I say the full story, whack on the reverb. You couldn't do it.
What? Now don't start you giving me grief on air. Now you're turning into Radcliffe, you.
Well, it's because you give him a simple job.
You got the same attitude. Yeah, what's that on your top lip?
Oh, well, I'll tell you, actually, because I was, I'm doing this stand-up tour. I've mentioned it on the show, I think, before.
Yeah,
I'm doing
loads of times, yeah.
No, once, in fact.
Right, okay.
At most. I'm not one of these self-publicists.
Get on with it.
I don't go on about, Lard, I'm Lard. I don't do that all the time, because I'm not, obviously. But I was in Manchester today, obviously. I went to Affleck's Palace, and there was a poster up of me, and it was a real thrill, because I've never seen myself on a poster before. It's my first stand-up tour and stuff.
Brilliant.
And someone had drawn a little moustache on the poster.
No.
And that's not very nice. First time I see a poster, there's a moustache.
Really?
You don't know anything about that, do you?
What?
It looked like your handiwork. It was in crayon for a start.
I've had my crayons out all day. Why? You can have a look in the drawer. They're all fresh.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
It wasn't.
Just because underneath it said Lard is great. You see, and I thought maybe in crayon. Yeah.
Yeah. Really?
Well, no, actually, no. I didn't say Lard is great. It said Lard is garat.
Lard is
typical of your fans, isn't it?
Morons.
Exactly.
What a terrible thing to do. You don't deserve that kind of. No, look. Oh, come on. Look at my face. It wasn't me, our kid. We're mates.
You sure?
We're muckers.
All right, we're friends. Okay, I'll tell you what. Stay around. Hang around in the show, and I'll give you other jobs to do, and afterwards we'll have a little drink together.
Oh, garat.
What was that? Was that reverb? Are you on the reverb again, Lard? Linus with Take My Hand, Lord Jesus. I'm coming home from Linus's debut album, Hughley. Thank you. I was just about to say what's coming up in the show, and then when I say story of the fool, it's all it is. You nearly had it that time. So H.P. Lovecraft being read by Jules. Not H.P. Lovecraft, one of his stories being read by Jules. We've got the ticket competition for the Cocteau Twins. So Andrew Wells in Aberdeen, I should imagine, is just sitting by his phone now because he doesn't go. So one thing I found that's very weird about the show is that, some people, they might go out during the week, but Andrew Wells from Aberdeen just sits in waiting for those competitions to win things that he's got no hope of ever using. So anyway, that's what's coming up later on the show. We've got the A-Team as well, and we've got the Story of the Fall. You see, and tried to make it dramatic myself because there was no reverb going to happen, was there? Not in the required place. And I think it was you, wasn't it, Lard? I can just see you through the glass there with your pathetic little grin. See him doing that there. And it's the same man who drew that moustache on the poster of me. This is Mark Lamarr sitting in for Mark Radcliffe, and coming up on the show, we've got Jules reading the Story of the Fall. Got you there, Lardy boy. This is Ivy. Linus are downstairs and
money for this job. You should be able to think on your feet like me.
Go on then, you do it then.
What?
Go on, giving it all the lip. You
Me?
did the interview. Go on.
All right then. Linus.
Yes.
Hiya.
Hello.
How are you doing?
I'm kind of cranky, actually.
Yeah, nice one. Where do you live then?
London.
That's good. Yeah, is it nice there?
It's lovely.
Great. How much are houses round your way then?
I rent, actually.
Do you?
Yeah.
Well, how much is rent for a house on your way?
This is rubbish. You haven't prepared this at all.
Shut up, you. Do you have your hair tapered on your neckline?
That's out.
What?
Out. Tammy.
Yes.
Hi, why are you cranky?
I'm just tired. Ignore me.
I can't ignore. I was going to do an interview with you. I won't ignore you for a little while. So you've just finished this tour with AC Acoustics, and the classic 1FM question: how's the tour been?
Yeah, fine. Everything we've ever dreamed of.
First of all, I thought you didn't do interviews, and then you said, "Yeah, we will," and now I feel that you probably won't.
I was better than you.
You were better than me, in fact.
All right, I'm going now.
Yeah, go on. I want you out of here anyway. It's you.
See you again.
It's your aura in the building which is making this a bad interview.
See you again.
No.
The Fall Story.
Formed in 1977, the Fall weren't up to much, really, so they pleaded with local funny and dead-talented legend Mark Riley to join, to write all the tunes and words and play and sing on all the records. You sure about this, Lard?
Yeah, it's good, that. Get on with it.
But you sure these are the facts? I don't want to be leading people astray. It's 1FM and all that.
No, it's right as rain, our kid. Just get on with it, will you?
It has also been rumoured, allegedly, that it was Riley who told Mark Smith to say "ah" at the end of each sentence. Ah.
Sentence "ah."
Is that what it means?
That's sentence, that's what he does.
Each sentence "ah."
Yeah, that's it. That'll do.
Here is an example of Riley's outstanding prowess on, well, everything.
I'm totally wired. I'm totally wired. I'm totally wired. Can you say? Totally wired.
Totally Wired there by Mark Riley's Fall. It was around this time that Riley sacked the rest of the band, but magnanimously let them keep the name. That was nice of you, Lard.
Well, a nice guy.
Riley then formed the million-selling combo, the Creepers. The million-selling combo, the Creepers. And for the last 13 years, the Fall has struggled along without the genius that is Mark Riley, who incidentally is now controller of Radio 1 over Roger Bannister and saves the Mark Radcliffe programme.
The Fall Story!
Lord, that was complete lies. I know you wrote that out and you've done documentary before, but not a word of that was true.
Of course it was. Hey, look at the record. I was on it.
Yeah, we played the record and you didn't play all the instruments. You didn't do the singing. You did the worst backing vocals I've ever heard in my life.
I was only young. I was only 8 years old. I mean, you know.
You weren't 8.
I wasn't 9. I've come on since then, you know.
In what way?
Well, I've got loads of other stuff I can do. I mean, I was only a mere slip of a lad then, but these days, I'm a mature man.
Show us your new material then.
All right, let's have another run at it.
All right, then.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm totally wired! Totally wired!
Fancy a bro?
Totally wired!
See you again!
Totally wired!
Oh!
Totally wired! Totally wired! Totally wired! The Lardy boy! Totally wired! Totally what?
See you again.
Last night you went too far. You went on and on and on. What's happened in the A-Team so far? Tonight I want it really quick.
Right, okay. Well, there's the A-team, this other fella and some fellows who are giving him some lumber.
Fantastic guest. And tomorrow night, we've got the Boo Radleys playing live in session, and one of my favourite comedians, Phil Jupiter's, coming up next, Lynn Parsons.
Here, Mark, do you know I said you were shoddy before?
Yeah.
I didn't mean it, you know. I think you're a rat.
Thanks, Lard. And I got a letter from Kath earlier on in the week, and she was plugging some gig, the Shed 7 gig, and she didn't say where the gig actually was, and she's written again. And she said the best thing about it wasn't that I was plugged the gig, but she heard her name on the radio. And to me, there's a bit of a tangent here, but the best ever period for British TV was late Crossroads, when Max Wall was in it, and he was Kath Brownlow's brother, I think, and she was always trying to get him a job, and she'd go, "Oh, Wally," she'd go, that was his name. She'd go, "Wally, I got you another job," and he'd always go, "Oh, I don't know about that, Kath." That was just one of my favourite ever periods of British TV. And so I've just said your name there again, Kath, and I plugged the gig. Shed 7, supported by the War Poets. I thought it was by War, and I thought they're not that big that War would reform just to support them at a school in Rochdale. So it's at St Cuthbert School in Rochdale on Monday the 16th, this Monday. Tickets are £2 and all the money goes to cancer research. So done that. Have you seen Lard, Phil?
Well, he's got my phone card. He went off.
He's off again. He's off doing his shifty little business again.
I was just out getting a drink, and he was on the phone. So.
I'll tell you what, I noticed that you were doing some of your cartoons there, because, as I said, top cartoonist.
I'm doodling.
Keep them, when he comes back in, keep them away, because he'll be drawing genitals on them. Lardy boy is laying on a little party for me or something, 'cause it's my last night and everything. Radcliffe's coming back on Monday, and I can see him through the glass, through the studio. He's in the other room there, and he's on the phone. And he's got that sly little grin that he's had all day. I'm sure he's organising a little party for me. I think we can just have a quick listen to what he's saying, actually. We'll find out.
That's all right. Yeah, well, that's all right. Yeah. Bakers, yeah. Well, that'd be the ice on the cake, wouldn't it? Yeah. Right, yeah, okay. Talk to you later, yeah. See ya.
Oh, bless him. Bless him. He's organising a little party and a cake and everything like that. He's such a soft-eyed little lard-ass chap. Phil Jupiter is back. In fact, has never left, but, for purposes of radio, he's back. And I just go over again what you've done, because you started out as Porky the Poet. You probably started out as a kid, and then you were Porky the Poet.
Yeah, started as a kid, O-levels, college, that kind of deal.
Yeah, all through that, and then you were Porky the Poet and toured with all these bands, and you've been you've done it all, haven't you?
I've been there.
My words have gone all over the place now. You've done illustrations, because you were a cartoonist as well at the time, and those ranting poetry fanzines that were very popular in the sort of mid-80s.
Used to do a few of them. Yeah, that was what sort of got me into it, really.
That got you into doing the sort of live performance.
Yeah, it was the job. I was a cartoonist before I started performing.
Because I might as well point out now, you're a great comedian.
Thanks, mate.
That's okay. And
hey, Mark, you're a great comedian, so.
Hey, thanks, Phil. But that isn't why I said it. Just so I was bringing your story right up to date. And that's a very unusual way for someone to start going from a cartoonist to becoming a comedian. And I might as well say it now. Might as well plug ourselves. We're both doing the Danny Baker Show this Saturday morning.
Yeah. You're being the words and on the fat.
Yeah. Lard sorted it out for us, because he controls Radio 1.
I think that was one of the phone calls he's making, to be honest.
He has been on that phone quite a lot.
He was shouting at someone in Broadcasting House.
Yeah.
In no one's
Roger Bannister. He's always going, Roger, I want this now.
The bandmeister. He was shouting.
He's always sorting that out. So back to the touring, because you also toured with Weller, which must be a mind-blowing experience.
The problem with touring with Weller for me was that I couldn't hold a conversation with him, because always I'd go, it's quite a laugh, and you'd be chatting about something completely unrelated, and then right at the front of my mind, the thought, I'm talking to Paul Weller, would really leap out at me, and I could never finish a conversation properly. But lovely man.
Yeah, well, I think I've probably bored listeners with this story before, but I met him once and just couldn't talk to him. He came home and said hello, and I was like, and literally did not say a word, just looked at him like the buffoon that I was and am, and left it at that. And I'm sure he left thinking that's a buffoon. Mark Lamarr.
How long did you stand there before you actually, resumed normal service?
Well,
with your hand out.
I was still sat. He came over and he's and I
holding a copy of The Gift and a biro.
Yeah,
you're like,
I'm really sorry that I exist on the same planet as you. So another thing that I wanted to talk about earlier on, we were both talking about poetry gigs we've done when we'd supported bands. And if anyone's out there is a poet or a comedian or someone, and you think it would be a really good idea to support a band, don't do it.
Never.
Ever. It's a stupid thing
even
to do.
Think about it.
Learn by our experiences. We've both cocked up our lives in one way or another by doing that, and I think now we're over that hump.
Well, we got past it, didn't we? We swapped stanzas for stand-up, Mark and I, and there's a lesson to be learnt out there.
Are there any more horrific experiences you got?
I think, no, other than those open air gigs that you do, festivals for local authorities, it goes, it's Southampton here. We're having an all-day festival out in the park, and we're looking for a poet. And you go along and it'd be pub turning out time, and 8 blokes would come along going, you're talking rubbish, you are? It's a load of rubbish.
I did one once, actually, in my hometown, Swindon, and someone from the local sort of arts authority had heard that I'd done a bit of poetry here and there. They said, we've got this Swindon Arts Festival, which wasn't an arts festival. They put up a big marquee in the middle of a field, Status Quo played on the Friday, and that was basically it. And they tried to sort of shoe in other events around it. So they said, and I was working in a shop, you know, for a couple of spare quid during the week, and I closed up the shop at 1 o'clock, went down to this park, went into the marquee, and they said, right, you're on. And I had to go on, and there was a few people in there, and it was mostly mothers who'd gone to pick up their kids from, like, play school or whatever. They were sat in there, and a few kids who were walking backwards and forwards to school. So I had this, like, floating audience, and I had to go on, and it was a time when all my poetry, as you know, when you're young and you start doing poetry, it's all about masturbation and heroin, isn't it? It's all about things that you know very little about. So I was just sort of stumbling away in a field, and that was the best 20 quid I ever earned. Early on, I think Lard's doing a little surprise party for me, and he's in there. He's on the phone. So let's try and have a listen to what he's up to.
I don't know. Look, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I'm not stupid. Look, I'm not going to beg for this, right? Well, all right then. Go on, please, Arky. Please. I've got a big favour. Tosser!
Oh, bless his little cotton sock suspenders. Lard, come in. Lard, come in.
Hiya, Mark.
What are you doing with that piano lid?
I've already cracked that joke already. Showbiz.
So you've been having a bit of problem with the caterers then, have you?
What? What are you on about?
You're just I just saw you on the phone, weren't you?
On the phone.
Couldn't hear? But I just saw you on the phone and...
Caterers, what are you on? Diet Coke, you want to give that a rest out?
I heard you saying earlier on,
what?
Bacon and icing on the cake, and that's my last night and all that, isn't it? So I thought, you know, eat you with your soft heart and your soft belly, and, you know, soft all over, aren't you, really?
Well, depends. Anyway,
what was the problem with the caterers?
What are you on about caterers? Do you want, is this Freudian? Do you want a barm cake?
Just over half an hour I finished, and that's, you know, we've had 2 lovely, fantastic weeks together, and we've bonded and everything like that, so...
Yeah, it's your last show, yeah.
All right, well, let's talk about this between ourselves. Toyland and Russell Simmons from the John Spencer Blues Explosion and Stuart Gray lead vocals there, and that's great. And wish I'd had more chance to play it all week, but there you go, near the end of the run and everything. And most important part of the near the end of the run is that it's the final A-Team adventure tonight, Lardy boy.
What?
A-Team.
Right,
your one job on the show. You've been on your phone. Have you finished all your calls?
No, I've got a couple more to make, to be honest, but I don't mind fitting this in.
Okay. Well, I don't want to, you know, if you've got important calls to make, I don't mind.
It's in my contract.
All right, then. So,
do you want how big do you want it? Do you want it that big like last night, or do you want it that big?
I want it bigger than last, because last night you just went, it's the A-Team and they're in some lumber. You know, that's all you said.
Well, that was enough.
Well, it wasn't enough, was it?
It was punchy, wasn't it?
It was punchy, but it was rubbish.
Right, okay.
So if we can just do, you know, what's happened so far, because it's the last one, big build-up, I think.
Okay.
Don't do your Stranglers joke.
Right.
Do your Norman Tebbit joke. Don't do your Johnny Cash joke.
Right, okay. I've got that, yeah. Right, okay. Right, well, it's the A-Team, basically, and there's this Japanese fella called Sam, or was it Bill? I can never remember that. Anyway, he owns this big news restaurant, and there's these guys keep coming in and giving him a bit of lumber. They got balaclavas on and stuff, and they're all dressed in black. No, I can't do them jokes. Yes, I can. And I first of all, I said I thought it was the Stranglers because they're all dressed in black.
To do this Stranglers or the Johnny Cash.
And then Johnny Cash, right? And then they were going in there and they were getting money off him. They were blackmailing him, but the blackmail had nothing to do with the colour of the
I like that one. You see, I'm happy with that one.
Nice one. And anyway, but this Sam Bill fella, he was an old mate of Hannibal the Cannibals, Ice-T, and Norman Tebbit, and they all got together, and they're all in this gang of nutters called the
What's A-Team?
The A-Team. Anyway, so what it was then, they were sort of getting a bit of lumber, and they all live in Chinatown, and, you know, well, they do, don't they? And that's the kind of thing that we're talking about here, isn't it? You know, because all these Chinese fellas, they had balaclavas on, and they were all in this place, and the A-Team got together, and they went off to batter them. Now, the weird thing is, if you were listening last night, it was actually called a Maltese cow, which is a bit like the Maltese do for that whatnot's in.
Yeah.
And the thing was that they were looking at the Maltese cow, and there's all drugs involved, isn't there? That's the bottom line, our kid. I mean, if you've been listening, there's drugs involved, which is bad news, isn't it? Anyway, and there's this guy called Chris Thomas, who was actually the drummer in Adam and the Ants.
Keep going, because I've nearly finished this book.
Right, and yeah, very good. And then what he did, he's walking off with this Maltese cow, which is only a little elephant type thing, isn't it? Anyway, and he's got this kid, and he don't want to let go of it for some reason, and that's where we pick up tonight.
That's it from me. Radcliffe's back from Centre Park on Monday, so I'm sure you'll all be tuning in for that. And I just want to thank all the people who've helped me out on the show. John, Rachel, Liz, Michelle, Julie, Paul, Chris and Tony, and Phil Jupiter. Sorry I didn't have much chance to talk earlier on, but we talked on Saturday.
Yeah,
on the
we'll have a bit of that.
on the Danny Baker show. But obviously, finally, I want to thank, the Lard boy himself, because he's obviously organising this little party for me tonight, because I've been here for 2 weeks. We've had a great time together. And he's in there again. Let's just listen to him again. He's on the phone. Let's just see what he's organising.
Well, he says, he's Roger. Now, Roger, Mr. Bannister. I can't call you Roger. You don't mind me calling you Roger. Look, Mark, he's crap. Mark Lamarr, he's crap, isn't he? I know, you've heard him doing this show. You can't let him have Danny Baker the weekend arc, and I can do...
Lard!
I'll son off.
Lard! Get your lard arse in here now!
Hiya, Mark!
Lord, what are you up to? The way you've betrayed me, you Judas!
What? Don't get
I've got everything I've done for you! Everything I've done for you! I gave you lots of nice conversation! I did look you in the cupboard!
Mark Lamarr. Missing you already. Mark Radcliffe on 1FM.
Well, welcome back. Here I am, refreshed and invigorated after a showbiz break, shopping at Tesco's in Stockport and re-grouting the shower cubicle. And thanks to Mark Lamarr for Lard-Sitting for the last 2 weeks. And, I think the two of them did a pretty good job for amateur DJs. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. I think it's good to have a break from seamless professionalism. And, I think the show's stumbling shoddiness of the last 2 weeks had an undeniable, naive charm. But rest assured, the slick, top DJ, seamless, broadcasting, professional, normal service has been resumed. How'd you work this again?
Is that a mouse?
That's a beetle, I think. Isn't
Oh, is it?
No, it's a scarab. It's like, because that in Spiral Carpets had a kind of scarab type affair on the front, didn't
I
it?
saw that myself. Actually, I was a bit quizzed by that, because I thought the mouse didn't have a tail.
Right, okay, yeah. A mouse.
It's a mouse.
Right, excellent. This is Radio 1 Live from As If You Couldn't Tell what it was. This utter shed. Right, and it's time now for our 10,000 ticket giveaway, which you've been having exciting times with, haven't you? You've been giving away some real humdingers, haven't you? Barbara Streisand boxes and everything, haven't you?
Some real humdingers, Arkin.
Yes,
Correct.
right, okay. Now, tonight, we're giving away tickets for Mark Lamarr's tour. Mark Lamarr.
Who's he?
He's doing these. He's been doing this show, hasn't he, with you?
Is that him?
That's the guy. That's the bunny.
I thought it was Teddy Christian.
Right,
Was he?
okay.
Right,
Anyway, apparently what you do for this, you can go and see him at one of these venues, right? It starts May 26th, Bournemouth, 27th, Norwich, 28th, Newcastle Point. I was supposed to say at the beginning of the show, have a pen and paper handy. And now I'm doing it all, and of course...
Why is Andy?
And nobody has. Ho-ho! Gosh, how I've missed this. Right, June the 2nd, Portsmouth, June the 4th, London, June the 6th, Cambridge, June the 8th, High Wycombe, June the 10th, Redhill, June the 11th, Liverpool. I think I've got the gist of the fact that it's June by now. 12th, Oldham, 15th, Leicester, 16th, Middlesbrough. And that's the 16th of November, just to throw you. It's not, no,
Ho-ho!
it is June.
Hey,
right,
it's like you were never away, Arkin.
I know, sadly it is, yes. Right, okay, so the number is 07101. And the question spreeks thus.
Oh, yeah.
Which American X-word presenter also appears regularly on this show?
Mufti.
07101.
Ask for Wendy.
And yes, so you can answer that question. Which American X-word presenter also appears regularly on this show? We got tickets for the Mark Lamarr show, live in concert gig. Show business.
No, I've rung that number myself, and it's Wendy the Dominatrix at the other end, so
right,
we'll have
okay.
a good chat anyway.
Okay, fine. I don't know what you were going to say there. Right, okay, there's only one line apparently, so you have to keep trying, unless, of course, you get well hacked off and give up almost immediately.
As expected.
1FM, 10,000 ticket giveaway, exciting stuff. Right, so how have you been getting on anyway the last 2 weeks?
Hey, all right, mate. Good to see you again. Anyway, I'm really, glad to see your face over the do-for there. It's really nice. I feel warm,
But how did it shape up?
It was good. Yeah, really good, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Good? Really good?
Really good, yeah. I mean, it wasn't as good as when you did it.
No, yeah.
I mean, that's why it's just sort of all so natural. I feel at home now, I mean, Mark Lamarr's a top fella, did a good job,
Yeah.
But, you're the greatest, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's nice of you to say something. We're mates now, but I thought, I just thought it would just be like you to be sticking the knife in as soon as I go.
Oh, come on. I mean, I have a go on air now, but we're best mates, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
You're
good.
going on a holiday. You deserved a holiday.
Thank you very much.
And I just thought I'd try and steer Mark Lamarr through the weeks, I mean, I didn't get the show and I wasn't bitter about that.
No.
I took that, I took the punches.
I see there's some jingles here you've had made up.
What?
some jingles. I mean, that's a good idea, I think. You know, freshen the show up.
Yeah, I wouldn't use them tonight, our kid, because it's you're best off using the stuff you know. Don't want to jump into anything, really.
There's some here, you know. There's some here that got Mark.
Hang on a second. Do you fancy a brew?
Yeah, no, I'm all right.
Hang on. That wasn't my act. Did you fancy a brew? I'm having one. I'm a bit parched.
Yeah, fine. I'm just going to listen to these jingles here. See, there's some that you've got done for you.
You don't have sugar, do you, kid?
No, I'm fine. Thanks very much.
Again.
Yeah, okay. Do you not want to stay and listen to your jingle?
I'll put the kettle on.
Right, okay. No, they look good. Mark Riley jingles here. That's a good idea, because he didn't get the show. You know, it's good to his name on it.
Mark Riley! He's fantastic! Mark Riley! He'd be dead good at this job all the time!
Oh, does he think so, does he? Well, what these days got done with my name on, anyway?
Mark Radcliffe! He's rubbish! Mark Radcliffe! He's crap!
Lord, get it in now!
Mark Radcliffe, missing you already.